All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to another episode of Dockside at the Bay. I am Vinnie Suds, along with Kim. Kim, how are you today?
Doing all right, Vinnie. It was a beautiful day here today in Chicago, and got to hang out with my cats, work remotely, and then curl up and watch the Bay and get all caught up on our awesome soap. So overall, it's been a pretty good day. Yeah.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. I'm glad for that. I do want to start off the show with a very huge thank you to all the subscribers and supporters.
Yes, thank you.
Suds-media.com, which is our YouTube channel. We have officially hit 1,000 subscribers, which means that you could be seeing ads on this show. So bear with it. It's part of the evolution of our network, and at some point in the near future, we may be offering memberships so you get shows ad-free. So just stay tuned. But ads, unfortunately, are part of the evolution of the network. So just bear with it. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes. Thank you for subscribing. Very cool.
So we had a lot going on with Suds Media last week. We had Suds News, of course, on Tuesday night, which kind of threw off our recording schedule for everything for here. But we did end up having a debut episode of Off Script, which is our new interview-style show. And I started off with somebody I had met down at the Samantha's Friends event in May last month, Jennifer Sell, who is a fan of soaps just like we are. And we talked about her GH fandom, how she's gotten into the Bay, and various other stuff. So check it out. It is in the archive. We will be doing more off-script interview episodes sporadically once we get, when we get interview subjects. And it may not always be me. It may be Kim as the interviewee. It may be Angela. Jennifer herself is going to be doing stuff with Suds and Squared Circle Media sporadically again. And she's also going to be part of the Sudsy Awards coming up in August. So stay tuned and check out that interview if you have not done it yet. But we are here to talk about the multiple-time Emmy Award-winning web soap, The Bay, as we move on Season 8, Episode number 9. So we're getting through the Season 8, and it was a quick episode today.
Oh, it definitely was. But, there was, it kind of jumped from, we had the kind of main sort of plot point with the dinner that took place, but we also had kind of different still aftermath of the shooting, but we got to see Caleb and Zoey kind of kicking off the episode, and then we got to kind of close out with Lex and with Sara. So we definitely we got kind of a little bit of a mix in terms of the characters that we got a chance to see and catch up with and everything. But yeah, it flew by, as it always they always tend to, but this one in particular felt like it went by very fast.
Exactly. And the person that plays Sir Thomas Kensington, Maxwell Caulfield, was actually on General Hospital last week playing art dealer Apollo. So a very nice special guest role for him on GH last week. It was good seeing him.
Yeah.
But here now again is Sir Thomas Kenway, the father of Adam.
Yes.
And setting up the fact that he has faked his son's death.
It was so it makes sense, right? He wants to protect his, just protect everything. And they had what they thought was the infrastructure or the, way to support it with the whole Puerto Rico thing and the fall. But the entire time that he was describing, him and Kaufman were saying, we faked the death. I'm thinking exactly what Adam said. Well, someone saw me.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that I'm like, you guys, you're, but then obviously, of course, these guys are big bad supervillains. They've got a plan. They knew exactly what was, how it's going to, but when they were pitching the entire, oh yeah, by the way, we're faking your death. I'm thinking the whole time, he's been seen already, guys. Like, come on.
Yeah. But if you actually think about it, he's only been seen by Dre.
Right. But still.
By anybody of note. So, I did like how, we talked about, I think it was the last episode or the episode before, where, Dre said, well, unless you got a deck tattoo, I saw you, but to Pete, his identical twin.
Yeah.
But, yes, I mean, and theoretically, realistically, her sighting couldn't have been real because they didn't find Adam. So, I mean, she was the only one that saw him.
I know, but it was funny watching them just go through this whole, and then for him just to say exactly what but someone saw me. Yeah. You guys are going to all this trouble. And then, it's kind of interesting too, in order to accommodate the plot, they did kind of, I feel like they've got Dre wearing a lot of hats when it comes to the news industry in Bay City.
I think that's a lot of news organizations in general. When you're
her getting asked to fill in as the correspondent, in addition to being the journalist and all of that too.
Yeah,
I don't know. It helps the fact that she's gorgeous and can just kind of be like makeup and camera ready and ready to go with the story and be compelling. Plus, it gives them the opportunity to see her on camera and for Adam to have that little moment. But it was just kind of fun. It's like, oh yeah, okay, so you are just like the queen news lady.
Yeah.
Queen news lady of Bay City.
And you know what I got from that when Richard brings it up on the phone because he figures out who she is and whatever. When they're watching the newscast on the phone and Belinda makes the comment, oh, enough already, or
yeah.
Like, I gotta say, it felt like it was a little tinge of jealousy.
I got that too. Because you can see the way that Adam is practically drooling over the screen watching her. I definitely picked up on that. The tone in her voice. She was already annoyed to be at the dinner to begin with. Right. She said flat out she wished it was canceled, which I thought was the way she said that just cracked me up. Like, that was going to be canceled. but no, for it was very abrupt when she just said I got some jealousy in that as well. So the weird dynamic between them just keeps on getting, progressively.
And it's now it's from both of them, because
there's
always been that really weird sexual tension between the two of them, but it was mainly coming from Adam.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it was from Belinda.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, she could see that Adam is just clearly taken with Dre. Just the way he was like, what do you call her? Femme fatale and all of that. Like, he was just, and this is probably the first time that she's encountered that, because he doesn't seem like the type that's got significant lady friends that he's willing to kind of go to the mat for and stuff like that.
Right. Yes.
So yeah, I picked up on some jealousy there for sure.
But either way, I mean, the main thing that comes out of the dinner is the faking of the death of Adam, and
I love how he toasted to it with the champagne, just kind of with that little smirk, just okay, guys, you got your little plan here. You guys,
it's gonna blow up in your face.
Yeah, cat that ate the canary. He just had that. Oof. Christos did a great job there. Just that little, just devious sort of look about him as he's sipping the champagne.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess there's really only 3 scenes to really talk about, and that's, the one of them was the dinner. The next one, we talked about Zoey and Caleb.
Yeah.
At the Garrett Tavern.
Which, that was kind of, I don't know. I was trying to think how many times the two of them have really interacted before this. I mean, obviously he was just one-on-one.
Right.
I feel like it hasn't been too many times.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty infrequent. I mean, obviously she, was officiating at the wedding and, brought that up to him. But I think this was one of the first scenes that the two of them had that was just the two of them.
Right.
So, but I will say this, okay? It's the man shows up at the bar. He wants something strong to drink. I understand wanting to be protective, but assume that he can handle one strong drink. Don't treat it the way that she said that. I was just let the man have a cocktail or something. Don't automatically say are you driving? It's yeah, he might be, but he also showed up at the bar on his own power. Let him get at least one drink before you start playing with your pen.
Yeah. And he's a paying customer.
Yeah. Why don't you get a beer instead? It's I don't know. That just seemed, I understand her wanting to look after and be, but it wasn't he was on his 3rd martini or something like that. Like, let the man get himself something strong if he wants it, because clearly he needs it. Poor boy. He was breaking Mike Manning is breaking my heart in that scene. Like, oh my goodness.
And I feel, you could feel the emotion coming from Caleb, from Mike Manning in the role of Caleb, because just the way that, he says, yeah, I'm fine, but then he breaks down. And,
I mean, he is kind of pushed into that breaking down territory. I mean, with Zoey kind of going on and on about just, remember how beautiful the whole day was? It's like, I know what you're trying to do, Zoey, but like, look at the way the man is reacting to everything that you're saying. He was like closing in on himself, just completely like.
But I also don't think Zoey knows that Daniel's kind of shut him out.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't.
And
but it was just awkward to watch as a viewer, knowing what we know. It's just like, oh, Zoey, just back off a little bit. He's in pain. Like,
right. And I think that's the biggest thing is that, nobody outside of Daniel or outside of Caleb and Vivian and maybe Pete that know about Daniel being so anxiety ridden because Adam is in Bay City. Just he's got the hardest hit out of everybody.
Yeah. No, you're right. And Zoey is like pretty, she's removed from that situation she was just trying to boost his spirits and make him think on the positive points of that day, which is a very sweet gesture. But with all the context that we have, it's just like, oh no, you're just making him sad, honey. Making him upset. But then the fish chowder seemed to kind of help.
I mean, fish chowder helps anything. And I can guarantee you it was made with monkfish.
Monkfish, really?
Monkfish is, and here I'm putting on my fishmonger hat, but monkfish is also called poor man's lobster because of the way that it lives towards the bottom of the ocean. It's got a diet that's like lobster, and the meat is like, kind of the same texture of lobster, which is why a lot of recipes and restaurants utilize monkfish in place of lobster in chowders and stews and whatever else.
Learn something every day. I had no idea. All I know is that the soup did look good, even though it's like 75 degrees here.
Yeah. I mean, monkfish are ugly motherfuckers, but they are, they're tasty.
Huh. Good to know.
If you actually looked up what some of the fish looked like after, because I obviously see them as they're filleted and everything, but if you actually look at them, they're quite ugly. Some of them are quite ugly.
I mean, I will say this: when I was a kid and I'd go to the grocery store with my mom, it would be in like the fish section, with the fridge refrigerated. I mean, I'd see the lobsters in the tank, and I'd want to take the lobsters out of the tank because I'd feel bad for them. And then I'd also see the fish with the eyes that were in the frozen section, and they would scare me when I was a kid. It's just like, I don't want to see that. Like,
you would be surprised how many kids, because we do sell whole fish, and we sell bronzini, we sell red snapper, black bass, gulp, and Spanish mackerel. And you wouldn't believe the amount of kids that come up to the case and want to touch them, want to see the fish. I'm like, it's just like going to an aquarium. Although the fish are dead. Yeah, that's true. And aquariums tend to have, I don't know, gift shops and dolphin shows. So yeah, exactly.
Or at least, something like that. But anyways, back to the bay.
Yeah, that was your fish talk segment.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we should make that a regular thing. I mean, Dockside, talk about fish.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a natural segue. It works. But so we did have the Caleb and Zoey kind of scenes, and very, again though, like I like how the Bay is good with like the scenes that aren't necessarily the most action packed, don't bring the most drama, but they touch on the family, they touch on the emotions that they're feeling, they touch on the aftermath of big events that happen. It was good to see, and like I said, Caleb and Zoey, I think this was probably one of the first times we've seen them one-on-one like that, and it made for some good scenes. So
yeah,
I appreciated that, but I have to say, like, my Lex and Sara loving heart really appreciated their sines too. Like, they just always bring the cute.
It was nice to see Mary Beth Evans and Tristan Rogers just have that interaction that we haven't really been able to see because Sarah's been in the hospital, Lex has been trying to get Adam, Sarah's been in a coma.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's a long time coming just to have this one just short conversation between the two of them, and the way that oh good lord, the way that Sarah says,
honest mistake, because theoretically, like around the time that this, Kayla was hospital bound and stuck in a hospital bed too. So,
yeah,
look wise.
And the way that Sarah comes out and says, "Let's get married tomorrow. I want to be," it was nice. But the whole dialogue was filled with lighthearted ribbing and the way that Lex was saying, let's talk about Lee. And there's like, are you really jealous of a otherworldly experience that I had? And
and then for him to like kind of when she started detailing it, well, I don't know if I wanted to hear that, like the way that she described
the way that she said it was a beautiful
just the look on his face, just the chemistry between them, just two actors doing their thing who have like just a spark. It's just so cute to see, they have a playful, cute chemistry. I've always thought that. And it came out in these scenes for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of Tristan Rogers, just announced this week, there's going to be a new character on General Hospital played by Dean Geyer, who was in, I believe, Glee and Neighbors and some other characters. He's going to be joining the cast. His name is going to be Tristan Roberts as paying homage to Tristan Rogers.
That's really sweet. I like that.
So stay tuned to that for General Hospital fans out there. But, with the Sara and Lex scenes, it was just a nice, lighthearted conversation. We saw last time how, Sara asked, well, is Adams in Bay City? Can I see him? He's like, well, no, he's not. We don't have custody of him. And after that, no, you can't.
Their conversations have been a little one note just because of obviously she's just woken up. She wants to know about her son, the whole situation. He wants to protect her, but he also has to tell her some stuff. Obviously, it's been top of mind for the both of them. So their conversations were a little bit one note, a little bit like, well, what's going on with Adam? Well, what's going on with this? For them to be able to just kind of break from that a little bit and just kind of focus on, just wanting to get married. And I love Sarah saying too, like, her comment about the bigger weddings, bringing like the drama and things like that, and how like she's content to just have it be just like, I just want to be married for the sake of being married. Just, we don't need to go all out because if you think on it, pretty much every wedding that's, kind of she's been involved. I mean, we got, the Igor reveal at the one wedding. I mean, there's always been, wedding drama in Bay City. So for her to just say like, let's just do it here, man. Let's just like, keep it simple. That was very cute. That was very cute.
Agreed. I loved how just smooth and lighthearted the conversation was. It worked. Like it kind of tied the episode together because you had one or two very serious conversations and then this one that it was just two people getting back on the same page.
Exactly.
After months, days, whatever it was, in a coma.
And it wasn't filler. It wasn't. It helped balance things, but it wasn't like a filler sort of, useless. Right. We're just going to put these two in a little scene together. Just, it showed where they're at, and it showed what they want to do, and it, advanced a little bit of plot. But it was just light. It was just nice, and it was a good way to kind of cap off the episode. I mean, short as it was, it was a good little moment to have, and just kind of keeping tabs on. That cute little couple.
Exactly. So it remains to be seen going forward, like, what's going on with Pete and Nardo, if they're going to continue to look for Adam, what's going to happen when the news comes out.
Yeah.
Adam's supposed demise. Because the way they did it was saying, "Oh yeah, somebody found the body in Puerto Rico where you fell,"
Right.
and then brought it to so and so, and it was signed off on for the identification, and then shipped to England, and you're being cremated as we speak, and the memorial's starting and being planned. Like, they went to so much trouble for it, and Adams was like, "I've been seeing nothing."
And the fact that they knew that he had been they knew about Dre and all of that, yet they still went to all of these. I mean, I guess they just figure like, yeah, okay, she's just the pretty journalist who we're just gonna, have disappear in the middle of the night or something like that.
Yeah.
That's basically their thought process with it. But, she's made an impression on Belinda, and she's made an impression on Adam. So I don't see her going away anytime soon.
No,
despite guys' best efforts.
Especially because she's the acting commissioner's daughter.
Yeah, it's like a new queen is in town a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
She's got with the police and with the journalism and everything like that. I mean, not to dethrone the Garretts or Sara or anything like that, but we've got Dre, who's really knee deep in Bay City in terms of family and in terms of exposure and media and all of that. So she's definitely becoming a prominent face.
Yes, exactly. Well, folks, I believe that's about it. I mean, we've kind of covered all the bases. We covered everything part of the episode. And yeah, so we are about out of time. So, Kim, where can everybody find you?
So I am Misfit8690 on Twitter and a Little Misfit52 on YouTube. And you can feel free to follow me there for, to chat about soaps or whatever strikes your fancy.
All right. And I, as always, on Facebook and Twitter at Vinnie Suds. At Suds Media is our Twitter network account. So all the programming notes, all the Sudsy Award nomination videos are up on that account at Suds Media. On Instagram and Threads is at Suds and Squared Circle on Instagram and Threads. On TikTok and Twitch, it's at Suds_media. For all of our affiliate links, you could go to linktree.suds-media.com. But for our YouTube channel, the bread and butter, if you will, for everything related to Suds and Squared Circle Media, go to suds-media.com, brings you to our YouTube channel. Make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and definitely hit the notification bell so that you get notified anytime some kind of content comes up on Suds and Squared Circle Media, whether it is Suds News on live, normally on a Monday night, or Dockside at the Bay that's on a Thursday night, or freestyling on Real American Freestyle, or Pop Culture Time Machine, or Off Script, or any other WWE style post show. Hit that notification bell, because we're also posting what's the word I'm thinking of? Encore presentations of the Sloans and all of their content. So once they go live on their show, we post it to our YouTube channel. So definitely check out the Sloans, the hottest mother and daughter tag team in indie wrestling podcasting today. Veronica and Tori, they are both on X as well, and they are part of our Suds and Squared Circle Media family. Remember, folks, mark your calendars. Sunday, August 9th, 2026, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Sudsy Awards will take place live right here, suds-media.com. We have a multitude of... the voting is open now, so go over to voting.suds-media.com. Multitude of categories from soaps and wrestling. This year, we also have two categories for indie wrestling: indie male wrestler of the year, indie female wrestler of the year, and Real American Freestyle Wrestler of the Year. So we got a lot of categories this year. So mark your calendars down. You have the entire month of June to go vote. So for Kim, I'm Vinny. We will see you next week as we sit dockside at the Bay. Have a great night, everybody.
Take care, everybody.